Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sure you're here to learn ways to protect yourself and your organization from scammers. Would you like to know more on the common scam tactics and effective protective measures? Today, we will share strategies for identifying potential scams, help implement security protocols, and recognize warning signs. We have with us Saumitra Mahajan, who is a distinguished linguist, entrepreneur, and recruitment consultant with over 20 years of experience in the language industry. As a founder of Flat World Language Solutions, he has worked extensively across Latin America, gaining fluency in Spanish and Portuguese, in addition to French, Hindi, Marathi, and English. His deep cultural immersion and academic background, including a degree in French literature, a diploma from the University of Paris, and Spanish studies, complement his MBA in international business. Soumit- I'm sorry. Saumitra's professional journey also includes over 8 years in international business development and institutional relations. More recently, he has been active in the recruitment space, aligning talent with opportunities in the language domain. His multifaceted expertise as a translator, interpreter, trainer, and recruiter gives him a 360 degrees view of the industry. Today, he will share unique insights into building a scam-proof career. Please note that we will be simultaneously taking questions, so do drop your queries in the chat box. Without any further delay, please join me in welcoming Soumitra. Over to you, Soumitra.
Good evening, everyone. So I am Soumita. Thank you very much, Kalyani, for that wonderful introduction. It feels nice when you hear about yourself. So thank you very much. Uh, Let us try and keep this session a very, very interactive session because the topic is a very, very close to our heart topic, scams and frauds. And now the government has also started giving those statutory warnings on your calls. So it's very important also to understand why do we need to understand this topic? Why do we need to think over this topic? So today's topic is about being scam proof or trying to understand if you're scammed. If you have any questions,
Yes.
you can definitely raise your hand and ask your questions. That wouldn't be a problem to me. Of course, I will, if I'm going to address that point, I will definitely address it later. If not, I can answer that immediately. Okay. And I will try to answer all your queries. As much as possible as far as my knowledge and understanding of this scams and frauds is considered. If not, if I mean, let us keep this as a discussion, as a as an interactive session, so that if anyone has the answer to a question, and if anyone finds it, of course there will always be multiple answers to the same question. If I don't find an answer, I will ask someone to help me out. And then let's see, maybe I was not exposed to all the scams, and I'm not at all the smartest guy who has dodged all the scams and frauds. So I also keep on, I mean, the technology is evolving, so there are new types of scams, they keep on happening, and we need to understand how to tackle those things. We need to have that eye for detail, I would say, to identify a scam in time before we lose anything, or whatever we have lost, we just limit it there. Okay, so I'll share my screen now. The first slide is a very simple slide. Let's see what the first slide is. Now, spot the scammer. Okay, I'm going to show you 3 messages now. I want you guys to message in the chat box uh, which one is the scammer. Okay, let's read it out. So message A: Hi Saumitra, we are looking to translate our product brochure into French and German. Could you share your rates and availability for this week? We will send a sample page for reference. Message B: Hello sir, urgent job, translate 25,000 words by tomorrow. I already sent 2,000 via PayPal, but mistakenly sent $500 extra. Please refund the excess urgently. And message C, hello, I represent a localization firm in Berlin. We came across your profile through LinkedIn. Would you be open to a short test around 200 words before we proceed to a long term collaboration? And you've got 10 seconds to answer. Message box replies 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, there has to be someone who is wrong in this group, okay, so that I can teach you something.
Everyone seems to be quite smart or they've experienced it, I guess.
Exactly, that's what the point is. I mean, that's why I said there has to be some wrong answer in this group so that I can teach you something today. But I'm glad you guys are smart enough to understand which is the scam message. Okay, it's very simple now. It seems very simple, and you can easily ignore such type of mails and messages on your WhatsApp, on your LinkedIn, on your whatever email box, chat box, so that you guys know what is a scam and what is not a scam. But also, there are new people joining this industry. And they may not know this, and they may think this is a good opportunity to start my career or to what you can say to blast off the career, the beginning of the career. And so they may fall prey to this thing. And so you guys have to be extremely careful. No one asks you for an urgent job to be done in 25,000 rupees. Moreover, no one pays you more than expected or committed. So just be careful about this. Now, with that, let's go to the next part of the presentation. It's a very simple question now I have for all of you. Again, in the chat box, I would like to know the answers. Drop in the chat. First, have you ever come close to falling for a freelance scam or know someone who did? One line, no names. You've got 15 seconds. It's just yes, no. You can just say one line, maybe, yeah, I was almost there, anything. Okay, VMH says yes. I would like to know your answer. Can you please unmute yourself and answer?
Hello, am I
Durga
audible?
Pawar, yes, they demanded multiple samples. Brilliant. We will come to that also. Okay, so next question. Very simple question again. How many years have you been in the industry? For my understanding of the audience, this is not a trick question or nothing to know, but yeah, I mean, just wanted to know how many of you have been how many years. So 5, 6.5, 7, 5, 5 plus 1. Put on the messages. It's okay. It's free. It's not. We are not going to charge you at the end of it. कि अभी इतना जवाब दिया तो ₹5 दे दो. You know, एक जवाब का ₹5. So it is not going to happen. You can just put your messages there. Okay. Now let us go to the next question. Very simple again. How many of you are working for with more than 5 translation agencies? Read it again. How many of you are working with more than 5 translation agencies? Or let's put it this way, how many agencies, translation agencies you have been working with? 1, 2, 5, 10. Okay, Rahul Das is working with 5 and more agencies. Durga Pawar, 2 agencies. VMH, in 5 years, you have acquired much. Congratulations. That's a good number. Kaumudaki, 2 years. Mugdha, two agencies. Mugdha, 2 agencies. Apurva, 1. Okay, great. Now, the next question. Guys, you can reply so that I can understand what level of translators you are and how soon or how much prone you are to uh, be attacked by a scammer. So just you can just put it so that it will be better for you. Another thing. Next, last question. How many of you are working with overseas translation agencies? It can be translation agencies or
So
clients.
download your policy from visiting on the website of policy.
Oh, is it? Okay. So yeah. So how many of you are working with overseas translation agencies, or how many of you have overseas clients? It can be direct client also. It need not be a translation agency compulsorily. I mean, I know Kalyani has been working with a lot of international translation companies. I worked for one project, VMH, Pooja Deshpande one. Okay, Durga. Soham. Soham Sukhada. It sounds like a name of a building. Soham Sukhada or something. Sorry, bad joke. Okay. So Rahul Das, I'm working with. Okay, PK Warrior, Warrior is yes. I'm working with two agencies. Brilliant. Okay, cool. So yeah, so there are people who are working with international agencies. There are people working with international clients. There are people working with more than five companies, which is very, very interesting and also important to know that now they have some sort of experience of dealing with these people. Now, the scammer exactly comes around this time when you are working with multiple agencies. Your database, your contact details, your numbers, your data is out there in the market. And so you are more prone to be attacked by a scammer because you're available in the market, right? I mean, if I'm working with only one person, only one client, it's really difficult for a person to find me out because I'm otherwise my data, my information is not flowing or floating in the market. So it's very difficult. So understand one thing, you guys are working with more than five agencies with more than 5 years of experience, overseas clients. Now we need to be a bit careful because we live in an AI era and where we can see, I mean, there is a technology like voice cloning, okay, which is easier, which is available, which is accessible to everyone. And so they can actually use that technology to scam you. As simple as that. I'm not scaring you. I'm just giving you some facts which are, or which some probabilities or some possibilities which we need to consider when we are moving ahead. Yeah? Someone? Okay. Fine. So, so I kind of understand what the audience is, and now let's go to the main point. What is the objective of this webinar? By the end of this session, you will have a practical strategy and tools to protect yourself and your reputation in the language industry. Because scammers can, I mean, they can not only steal your money, they can steal your reputation as well these days. So we need to be careful about it. Okay. Now let's go to the new one. Next one. I'm going to run through these slides because these are going to be uh, I mean, we are running short on time right from the beginning because we have only 45 minutes. So I'm just trying to put in as much experience and thought that I have given to this field as possible in these 30 minutes or 35 minutes. If you have any questions, you can definitely ask me. As and when I get those questions, I will try to answer those immediately. So let's go directly to regular scams. First one is overpayment and refund. This has happened with me, okay, twice. Okay, this has happened with me twice. The amount was something around $1,533, and they paid me 1,750 dollars or something like that. So they called me up, as in they mailed me saying, yeah, overpayment. So please pay us back. And I had not received that money. I received that money in my PayPal. At least it showed me that amount over there, and as in showed me in the sense from the screenshot of the scammer. दे सेंट मी कि ये मैंने भेज दिया है, तो आपको अभी मिल जाएगा, लेकिन गलती से मैंने $200 ज्यादा भेज दिया, तो प्लीज सेंड अस बैक द $200. एंड आई वाज लाइक दिस इज समथिंग फिशी, सो आई जस्ट वेटेड फॉर सम टाइम फॉर दैट money, and then it appeared in my PayPal account, and I tried to transfer it to my account, but it did not happen. So I don't know what happened. I just waited for some time, and after some time the money disappeared, uh, just disappeared. So thankfully, I did not pay anything, but I mean, of course, I lost my work, as in my hard-earned money. But at least I lost $1,500, not $1,700. So I don't know if I should be happy or I should be glad that I was smart enough not to pay them $200. But definitely, this happens. Overpayment and refund is a big scam that happens in this international business, I would say. Uh, in Indian businesses, it is slightly controllable, I can say. I mean, if the person is sitting in Delhi and you're sitting in Pune, it will be easier for you to track down that person. At least you are in the same country, same time zone, same sort of language you guys speak. So it will be easier for you to track that person. But if the person is sitting somewhere outside India, it's really difficult. And it doesn't really make any sense in a way to go to that country for $200. So this is one of the major scams that has been happening around um, for in the translation industry. So just be aware of it. Next is free sample abuse. I call it abuse because the sample size is around 1,000 words or maybe 800 words, something like that. And they are like, yeah, 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 we have got 2 lakh words for translation, but the translation needs a 1,000 page sample, which is going to be a free sample. Once we start working on this project, we will pay you for these 1,000 words also. That's what they say. And well, it never happens. They just take those 1,000 words and they just disappear. They simply disappear. And what happens is the assignment, when you read that assignment, it seems like a live assignment. It doesn't seem like an old assignment, a past assignment. So because again, you need to pay attention to what people are saying, uh, how they are describing the project. Okay, you need to ask questions whenever you see a free sample. See, up to 200 words, 300 words, I can understand. 300 words is a simple normal thing that you can say, okay, okay, I will give you a free sample of 300 words. 300 words is roughly one A4 size page. Okay, that is still doable, that is still acceptable, and generally the sample size for any translation is around 300 words, so that's still okay. But if the word count extends or goes beyond 300 words, you got to be a bit skeptical, because what happens is the assignment might be of 10,000 words. They're getting 1,000 words for free from you because you haven't seen the entire assignment of 2 lakh words. Okay. So they say 2 lakh words, but actually there are only 1,000 words, or even, I mean, 10,000 words also. That they give it to 10 people saying कि free sample है, free sample है, free sample है. That entire assignment, they get it done for free and then they sell it. So the point is this can be a very, it looks, again, the document is real, the translation company is real, the person talking to you is real, the deadlines are real, everything is real. It's just that the sample size is 1,000 words or maybe 500 words, 800 words, whatever it is. More than 300 words is a red flag. So just be aware of this word count thing, because they can, and this can happen over years. I mean, I remember I used to give a lot of free samples in the beginning of my career, but after say 5 or 7 years, I stopped doing that. I stopped doing that because I used to ask a very simple question: where did you get my number from? And if that person has given my number, that means I do something good. Okay. If I were doing something wrong or something bad, no one would ever give my reference to anyone. Okay. So if you are getting my reference, that means I'm doing something good, and you can ask my feedback to the person who has given you my number. Now, that can be a client, that can be a translator, a fellow translator. I mean, now in your case, in my case, it used to be translators. So a lot of times translators used to give me, I mean, they still do that. And we really have a wonderful relation with our translators, with our vendors, with our clients. So what happens is the translators, they suggest our name ki yes, you go to Saumitra because he can do a good job, good justice to your document. So that's why you can ask. I mean, of course, you need to build that credibility. It is not that right on day one, someone suggested your name, but you've not done anything for that person. That person probably is your friend or your family or your teacher, someone from your close circles, and they just know you as a person. They don't know the quality, they don't know the deadlines or the output, anything. They just gave you because they're your friends. Okay. So yeah, this is what happens. And so after a time, let's say 5 years or 6 years or 7 years of your career as a freelance translator, I suggest stop giving free samples, because they really don't matter after a time. And the only reason they have reached you is your quality, is your commitment to the profession and to the work. So just be careful about it. Unrealistic urgency trap. Okay. Now, as the example, the first example said, unrealistic urgency trap. I want 5,000 words done by today evening. It's 3 p.m. right now. I want 5,000 words by 8 p.m. Not possible. Okay, I will pay you instead of 1 rupee or 2 rupees a word, I'll pay you 4 rupees a word. Still not possible, because with money you can't buy time. I mean, let's be philosophical there. And you can simply say that, okay, you can give me 10 rupees a word, but still I can't do that because it needs time. 5,000 words need time. And even though I do a Google Translate job or a Chat GPT machine translation thing, it still needs time for review. If you want the work done by machine translation, I can give it to you in next 5 minutes, 5,000 words, but don't come to me screaming that this is not done properly. And for that, I will charge you 1 rupee. Because of course, even if I'm doing Google Translate, I am doing something. I'm spending my time. I'm using my creativity. I'm using my knowledge, experience, everything. If you don't want to pay that, brilliant. Get it done yourself. I don't mind. Unrealistic urgency trap can be very alluring, very attractive at times, and you may even fall prey to it. I have done that. Fortunately, the person was from Pune and the assignment was to. We were asked to do around 3,000 pages in 15 days' time, uh, which was slightly difficult. But yes, and those were scanned papers, legal papers, वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. So yeah, fine. We did it. That's another story. We got our payment also, but of course that payment got delayed by 6 months. So at there was a point where I actually thought I was scammed. I was I was not being smart enough, or maybe I was being complacent. But thankfully it didn't happen, and we got our payment. And of course, it can be realistic, it can be credible. If the person is in your city, I would suggest paying a visit to that person. It's very important to know your clients, although we live in an AI era or IT era where, like right now, we can meet in the entire nation. It's better to go meet people, because trust me, scammers don't want to meet you. So that's a very simple hack. Uh, they don't want to meet you, so they will always say no to you. Okay, नहीं मीटिंग नहीं चलना, ऑनलाइन कर लेते हैं, ये कर लेते हैं. नहीं, I want to meet you. That's it. And even if he is not a scammer, I mean, it's always good to go and talk to your clients. It's always good to go and meet people, because at the end, you work with people. And trust is the only thing that takes you ahead. And how you build trust, it takes time. You give time to that relationship, you give time to that person. That's how you know it. That's you meet him offline. So, coming back to the topic, unrealistic urgency trap is always there. They can ask you something crazy to do. Just check your possibilities if you can really cater to that amount, that urgency. If you can find credible ways, credible points of the person, you can definitely go ahead and take that call. It's a risk, but then there are ways to counter that risk, and which I will talk about in just a bit. So, unrealistic urgency step. In this thing, and the last one is fake agency or job portal scam. Now, fake agency, how do you know if an agency is a fake agency? Because there are many things which can be alarming, which can be a clear sign of the agency not being a real agency. Okay. Now, what I'm trying to tell you here is I'm just taking these four type of common scams. Okay, there can be extremely interesting and intelligent scams. There can be. I don't deny that, but those are very few. Okay, and so it is not worth talking about it right now, but I will give you some pointers towards the end of this presentation where you can actually just think over it. And of course, if you have any doubts in future, I'm always here. You can just call me up and say कि यार सौमित्र हे ये कुछ गड़बड़ लग रही है, can you just check this for me? Okay, ये क्यों करना है ये भी मैं बाद में बताऊंगा, but the point is कि uh, you got to be vigilant. It's really important. And these scams, as I say, as the title says, it's regular scams. I mean, these scams happen many times. There was one, in fact, in Pune. I don't know if everybody is from Pune or not, but in Pune there was a scammer roaming around, and he used to say, I have spoken with that person twice, and trust me, he was an army guy. He used to say, I've got two daughters, उनको जर्मन सीखना है, कल से शुरुआत करेंगे. So I used to, I mean, again, urgency trap, immediately चाहिए, कितना फीस है आपका? So I used to say, मेरी फीस 25,000 है for एक महीने का क्लास, and this course will go on for 3 months. So I used to say it for a simple German language A1 level. I used to tell them or quote them 75,000 rupees. Okay. This is unrealistic. Okay. This doesn't happen. But then I used to say, कि, okay, 75,000 hai, lekin you can pay 25,000 now, pay next month 25, and then again the next month you pay 25,000. We can do that. And so he used to say, and he would never negotiate with you. He said, अच्छा चलो ठीक है, कोई टेंशन कर लेंगे, मैं आर्मी वाला हूं, मैं कर लूंगा, लेकिन एक ही प्रॉब्लम है, इसका पेमेंट मेरे ऑफिस से जाने वाला है. तो मेरे ऑफिस के, एंड देन आई यूज्ड टू से कि ओके चलो यू शेयर योर क्रेडेंशियल्स ना, आपका नाम क्या है, आपको मेरा नंबर कहाँ से मिला, है ना? वेरी सिंपल आंसर, जस्ट डायल से मिला या फिर गूगल से मिला. अभी ये दिस कैन बी a simple answer which is very much credible, because we all are on Google, we all are on just dial, or maybe some platform, some credible platform where you can put your name. uh, Even if he says मुझे आपका नंबर फेसबुक से मिला, तो भी it is very much credible. Just that you need to know कौन सी information you have put in public on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, so that you know कि अगर ये सच बोल रहा है या झूठ बोल रहा है. Next thing he would ask is, this is my army identity card, which I never asked for. I said कि okay, आपकी फोटो दिख रही है, आर्मी वाले हैं, लेकिन there are 7 people in this one. There is a group photo of a group of 7 people. Which one is you? And so he would say कि हाँ मैं राइट से दूसरा हूँ. Then 6 months later, when he contacted me again, I asked him again the same question, and he said कि left से दूसरा हूँ. So these are discrepancies that you can actually map and just be vigilant about it. And then he would say कि हाँ ये मेरे ऑफिस से जा रहा है, तो एक काम करते हैं, आपके गूगल पे पर, जीपे पर आपके अभी 5 रुपए मैं भेज देता हूँ, जस्ट चेक कि आपको मिले या नहीं मिले. So he would send me 5 rupees. So he sent me actually 5 rupees. And then he said कि हाँ ठीक है, अभी ये 5 रुपए वापस कर दो, मैं 25,000 रुपए आपको भेज देता हूँ. दिस वॉज जस्ट टू एस्टैब्लिश कि ये मैं ही हूँ और ये मेरा ही लिंक है. And I got that money on 5 rupees on my thing. And he said कि हाँ वो 5 रुपए वापस भेज दो, अभी इस नंबर पे भेज दो. लाइक पैसा आया तो दूसरे नंबर पे है, ये जा रहा है दूसरे नंबर पे, ये क्यों हो रहा है? वो बोला कि नहीं नहीं, ये हमारा आर्मी का सिस्टम है, तो इसलिए वो ऐसे ही करना पड़ता है. सो लाइक नहीं यार, ये कुछ गलत लग रहा है. आई एम नॉट रिटर्निंग यू द 5 rupees. And then he suddenly started abusing me and cursing me and all those gali galoch and all those things. And then I was like, "Okay, चलो 5 रुपए तो मिल गए." Like, चलो स्कैमर से मैंने 5 रुपए निकाल लिए. And then the next day I went to show it to my wife कि see, I earned 5 rupees from a scammer. And when I was searching for it, those 5 rupees were never there. I don't know what happened. How did it go back? I have no idea what happened, but I never could see those 5 rupees. Not even, I mean, I never saw that in my bank statement. I just saw it on my Google Pay. So I don't know what happens. I have no idea about the technology. I don't understand it. Although I would love to understand this technology because it's really interesting and very intriguing. यार कर कैसे लेते हैं? But yeah, I mean, these things happen. So in Pune, this guy, and then what happened was I put this message on our language group. Okay, there is a language group in Pune, and I just put that message on language group कि this has happened with me. So just be aware. एंड व्हाट हैपेंड वाज लाइक उसके बाद 2-3 दिन में 4-5 लोगों ने वही मैसेज डाला कि ये दिस इज द पर्सन, ही इज ट्राइंग दिस स्टोरी एंड ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला. एंड आई लाइक ओके चलो, सो दिस इज नाउ एस्टैब्लिश्ड कि ये आर्मी गाय जो है, ही इज स्कैमिंग ऑल द पीपल. So it's okay. So this is what happens in regular practice. Now it's been almost 2 years that I haven't received any message from the army and I'm missing him, because it's really fun to talk with scammers because they're very impatient, and you just talk to them slowly. You're like, huh, I mean, including the speed, even the processing. I mean, there is this Marathi serial. There is a slow guy in that serial. I don't remember his name, but yeah, it's called Hasya Jatra and all that. So there is a slow guy in that. So you just talk slowly to the people. And they are irritated. So there can be interesting and funny ways to handle these people. You just need to be very clear, very vigilant about it every time you get a new call. Okay. And every time I get a new call, what I do is if they are talking about urgency, if they are talking about huge volumes, then I take my time. I say, okay, okay, I'm in a meeting right now. I will call you back after half an hour. And then I call them back after 2 hours, and then I ask them things. And then if it is real, it is real. Then I apologize, of course. But then it's any time better to take care than be sorry about it. So these are the things. Next, understanding the industry landscape. Now there are freelancers, there are agencies, and there are clients. Okay, now these three players are there in the language industry. Freelancers typically work with multiple translation companies. Agencies typically work with multiple language professionals of the same language. And then there are clients who generally work with specific freelancers or specific agencies. So because clients, as in the end person, end client, they don't really want to keep on searching for a new guy every time just to save them their money. जैसे कि चलो सौमित्र कर रहा है तो ठीक है, अभी हमारे पास हिब्रू का ट्रांसलेशन आएगा तो भी हम सौमित्र के पास जाएंगे. अगर हमारे पास मराठी का आएगा तो भी जाएंगे, इंग्लिश और स्पेनिश का आएगा तो भी हम सौमित्र के पास ही जाएंगे, बिकॉज दे डोंट वांट टू स्पेंड आवर्स एंड आवर्स इन finding that person, then vetting that person, then getting that person registered with their company. So it's a whole lot of time and process that takes place. That's why generally end customer जो रहते हैं, जो those who are the users of the translated documents, they don't get into finding a new person every time, or even new agencies. I mean, so for that matter, Flat World Language Solutions is an agency. So what we do, what our clients do is ki, as I said, every language, anything to do with human languages, anything to do with translation and training, they come to us. And then if we are there, we are there. If we are not there, we tell them कि okay ठीक है ये हम तो नहीं करते, लेकिन I'll get back to you with it. So very simple thing. So we need to understand freelancers can work with multiple companies, and that's where the problem starts, because you don't have a specific checklist with you, or maybe I can bet 95% of the audience right now doesn't have the checklist or required experience to make that checklist of whether an agency, a freelancer, a client is genuine or not. So we need to be very careful about it. I'll give you the pointers in a while. Okay.
Soumitra, just a quick heads up. It's 15 minutes
Bye.
until you're done.
I just saw it. It's 5:17. We just okay. So yeah, I'll quickly run through common transaction types is B2B, that is business to business, and then B2C, that is business to customer. Typically, an agency will be involved in B2C in terms of client vendor relation, but these are two businesses talking to each other. So this type of communication, this type of transaction is there. And in global nature, it's more opportunities and more risk. We need to understand this with IT, with computers and internet. There are more uh, opportunities now for us to work on the global platform. Now, how technology has enabled scams, we know email spoofing, fake portals, and AI impersonation. We know all that. Okay, are they real? How to identify if a translation agency is genuine? A professional website, you need to just go through it. Professional website and domain. Generally, the communication is not from their Gmail or Yahoo or Hotmail or whatever it is, Rediff mail. It is generally from their website. Like for example, saumitra.mahajan at flatworldindia.com. So it sounds more genuine. So that is one thing. Official email addresses is there. Then client testimonials and memberships are there on their websites. So Sitlaw, ATA, Gala, these memberships are there. So that means that's a true agency. Because to be a part or a member of these associations, you need to give them a certain a few documents which prove your registration is right and legal. So that is there. Transparent payment policies are there right from day one. So these are a few things which are very important in terms of finding if the person is right or wrong. For domestic agency verification in India, just find out if that person, if that company has a GST or a Udyam or a MSME registration. This all information is available on Google. Okay, you just have to say, let's say, you can just put in there Flat World Language Solutions GST number, and it will give you GST number. That means it's a valid company. Or you can say Flat World Language Solutions Udyam number or MSME registration number, and you'll get it. This is all in the open domain. It's all in the free domain. You can find it on email on the Google search engine. Okay, Google Maps, business listings are there. LinkedIn and Trustpilot reviews. So you can check for those reviews also. LinkedIn पे है या नहीं है, Instagram पे है. And also from there, you can find out if there is a local address. If you can just call up that local address and figure out or find out if that is a right agency or not. So that is one thing. Overseas agencies के बारे में what I would say is it depends on the country. I mean, it changes from country to country. So all these things, GST, Udyam, Aadhaar card, PAN card, CIN number, that is company CIN number, what is it? Company in identification number. Company, yeah, company identification number. TAN is again tax account number. PAN is permanent account number. These all details are available on internet. Just find out for that company. So MCA is Ministry of Corporate Affairs in India. Now you just have to say Ministry of Corporate Affairs in the UK or Ministry of Corporate Affairs in Dubai or in Vietnam, whatever the international company is from, and find out if there is this company listed there or not, so that you can just be aware and be sure that this company exists. Then you can figure out on Pro, SmartCat, trial projects. You can do smaller projects. You can start with a simple 1000 word project. I won't say go for 10,000 words. Whatever small amount you can afford to lose is what I call it. If I'm doing a $1,000 project, I can't afford to lose $1,000. But I don't mind losing 5,000 rupees. Okay? 5,000 rupees, I'll do it. So 5,000 rupees में जो भी कर सकते हो तब तक वो करो. Because there is no point also in not believing in these people, because they can be true. So also find out if they are available in pros. Pros, there is blue board. You find out कि उनका review क्या है blue board पे. LinkedIn पे क्या है. You ask it in your network कि यार have you worked with this new company in New Delhi for that matter. And how is their payment system? How are they? Are they real? Whatever it is, just find out. Do your research. It takes not more than 10 minutes to do this research. It's very important to do this research. Okay. So that's due diligence research before you engage. One thing that I always do is insist on a video call before accepting the work. Okay. What the reasons of denial of a video call? Okay. वो ना बोलेंगे, लेकिन just figure the find out क्यों नहीं बोल रहे. What is the reason of not coming on a video call? And ask them, जैसे मैंने अभी बोला कि just come on a video call, just turn on your videos, because then I can see you. When you see that person, you feel good, you feel कि हाँ यार ये सच्चा, I mean there is a person like that. So you can find out what it is. Protect your identity, watch for AI and deepfake risks. Find out, and if you're getting into a new contract, new company, get the contracts and payment terms cleared on day one before you start the work. Before you start work, everything has to be on paper, in black and white. Okay, that's it. You whatever amount you decide. Okay, you decide 10 rupees for one word or 10 paise for one word. Whatever amount you decide, whatever payment terms you decide, get it on paper. Okay, and on real paper, from valid email addresses, from their leadership, preferably. And again, ask for email and communication security in terms of escalation. कि अगर तुम नहीं हो जब पेमेंट की बारी आए, if you're not working in the company or if you are not present on that day, who is the next person I contact to follow up for my payment? Okay, so always find that escalation matrix there. Long free samples, red flag, don't do it. Plain simple, don't do it. Tell them I won't do a long sample. I will do a I will do a paid sample of 1000 words. I don't mind. But I will not do a free sample of 1000 words. Vague or urgent communication, no online trace or fake domains. So figure this out. These are the these are the pointers which are which make you scam proof. Already dealing with
So,
a.
Mitra, I think Sumedha wants to know what the deep fake risk is.
Sorry, come again. What is deep fake risk? Deep fake is
So, yeah.
basically where now, for example, they can now we keep on posting photos on social media. Okay, they can track your photo. They can find a good photo of yours, and then then they can scam you with that photo also. They can use that photo for a video creation on AI and use your face in that one and then say कि हाँ ठीक है ये है. Now, of course, see, जितना भी तुम, the more you take care of these things, uh, the scammers will find more ways to scam you. So there is always going to be a cat and mouse. So don't think of it. Take as much care as you can. अगर scam होना ही है तो just be aware कि यार ये कुछ गलत लग रहा है. And अगर if you have that doubt कि this is something fishy, there is something fishy about this, stop doing it. Okay, so that's what I talk about next. So deepfake is basically again AI tools which help you to scam, I mean to morph your photo on something else, or your video, or your voice, or your sound, something on something else, and then scam you. So that's deepfake. Uh, Next thing, first thing, already dealing with a suspicious client, don't panic. Don't stop the communication. इट्स वेरी इजी टू से कि नहीं मैं अभी इसके साथ बात ही नहीं करूंगी ताकि मुझे कुछ ये प्रॉब्लम ही ना हो. नो, डोंट स्टॉप द कम्युनिकेशन. इफ यू आर स्टॉपिंग द कम्युनिकेशन, you probably are losing out on a proof that this is a scam. Okay, so don't stop the communication. Keep on talking to the person without showing any change in your tone or in your communication. Okay, so that is very important thing here. Next is pause new work and limit exposure. You can pause new work. यार नहीं अभी थोड़ा सा बिजी हूँ, करती हूँ बाद में करती हूँ. ये पहले पहले पेमेंट दे दो आप, पीछे वाला. Then I will continue with the work. But till then I will just finish up another client and I'll come back to you. Use email for traceability, collect evidence, emails, payment screenshots, messages. These are the points where you actually you collect those evidences. Then report to the competent authorities after a thorough thought. क्योंकि कभी कभी ये करने के बाद there is a lot of procedure, and that may distract you, disturb you, in your work, in your mind space, everything. So just be careful when you are going to a police. You can go to police, you can go to the authorities, or rather you should also go, but then just be careful when you're going there. Okay, because it takes a lot of mind space and your time and money and everything. So just, of course, they help you out. My father was scammed and we got that money back, but it took 1 month for me to, I mean, I used to go to the police station every 2 days. कि ये हुआ, फिर I have to take my dad there. So it's a mess. So if you have that bandwidth, go ahead. If you don't have the bandwidth, you take it as a lesson and just move on. Okay. Invoice immediately, follow up politely. That is one thing. Verify clients from vendor networks if not done already. So this should be actually done before starting the work. But if you have not done it, verify the client from vendor networks कि यार ये ठीक है ना बंदा, अभी काम तो किया है लेकिन पैसा तो मिलेगा ना. So take that call and inform others. LinkedIn post, translator groups, inform others, because see what goes around comes around. If you are making people aware of what is happening around and what is how you were tricked and scammed, people next time will tell you कि यार मुझे ऐसा scam हुआ था. And there is nothing wrong in talking about this. Okay. There is nothing wrong, there is nothing illegal talking about scams. Rather, we should talk about it so that people don't get scammed. And in return, they help you also from your next scam. So just be aware of it and talk to people. Freelancers checklist. Verify identity, check the client's full name, email domain, avoid free ones like Gmail for businesses, LinkedIn profile, company website. Now, every time you don't have to do this. Okay, you just have to do this for the first assignment. Okay, for the till the time you receive your payment. Okay, after that, when you build that relationship, then you don't have to do it, of course. But first time, please take care. और कितनी भी बड़ी कंपनी हो, कितना भी बड़ा नाम हो, you have to do this because we have been tricked as flat world language solutions a lot many times by big clients. नहीं दूंगा. And you have nothing to do with, you've got no power to talk about it. पैसा नहीं दूंगा. And for no reason. नहीं ये अच्छा नहीं हुआ है. And then they give you some random subjective feedbacks. ये हाँ ठीक नहीं हुआ है, वो ठीक है, वो लेट दे दिया आपने तो फिर पैसा नहीं मिलेगा. तो इट्स लाइक 30 मिनट्स में पिज्जा डिलीवरी होगी, नहीं तो फ्री मिलेगा. तो like, ऐसा तो नहीं होता है ट्रांसलेशन में. तो या सो कोई भी हो, वी वर्क विद बिरला सॉफ्ट, वी वर्क विद परसिस्टेंट, वी वर्क विद मर्सिडीज बेंज, we work with Fuchs lubricants, we work with a lot of huge clients, but always make sure that the process, the documentation is in place before you start the work at any cost. Okay, so just be careful about it. Research online presence, demand a clear brief, insist on a PO or a contract, which is very important on their letterhead, okay, on their proper format. Check whenever you are getting a communication, if there are any other people in the CC and CC section of your email, so that you have a few more people to contact from. Clarify payment terms right at the day, right before you start. Currency, timeline, beware of vague or after delivery payment offers. Check payment transfer charges. If you're getting PayPal or something, they generally PayPal ke charges are paid by the receiver of the money. So just be careful about it. 100 रुपए का अगर आपको ट्रांसफर हो रहा है तो उसमें से कुछ $5 पेपैल लेता है. So you may end up receiving $95 only. So you just have to account that in your payment. Be clear about it. So transfer charges are there. Take care of that. Check for upfront payment. If new client for large or urgent projects ask for a partial advance, especially from first time clients or unknown agencies. Watch for unrealistic urgency. If they want 20,000 words by tomorrow without negotiation, big red flag. Refuse third-party payments. So we worked with a company in Argentina and they said हमारे US ऑफिस से आपको पेमेंट आ जाएगा. And we were like नहीं रुको, ये कुछ गलत है, ऐसा नहीं होगा. We will want the money from Argentina only. तो वो काम हमने किया नहीं. We were in the talks for a long time, but it didn't happen because they were not ready to agree to this payment procedure. So be careful. Be cautious with free samples, 150, 200 words max. Avoid translating content that looks like core project material. Okay. So sample should not be a live project also. I mean, if it is, it's okay. If it is up to 200 words. If it is 1000 words live project, no. Screenshot everything. Keep screenshots of email threads, POs, chats, file uploads for future reference or dispute resolution. So these are the things. And the final thought is, in a world where language connects us, trust is the real currency. Guard it fiercely, verify relentlessly, and never let urgency cloud your due diligence. Scams will evolve with technology, but so should our vigilance and we. So that's with that thought, I would like to end this webinar here. If you have any doubts, any questions, please go ahead. I'm here to answer all of them. We have overshot 6 minutes. I'm really sorry for that, but if we can extend a few minutes more, please go ahead. Thank you very much for patiently listening to me. It really was a difficult one for me because there is so much to talk about scams, and we've been scammed. We've been contacted by scammers so many times. But yeah, I can talk about it for 4 hours on this one. Yes. Any questions?
So while we are waiting for the questions, I
Yeah.
think I'd just like to extend our sincere thanks to Soumitra for sharing his invaluable expertise and strategies.
I
Thank you
hope
so
that
much.
was useful.
Absolutely.
I hope there was something that people learned new probably today. Any
So,
question?
do we have questions?
There, one.
Okay.
I have two questions. Durga Pawar, yes, you can talk about it.
I think
Just
you can
one.
unmute and
Yeah, you can unmute and ask directly. Just Kalyani, just remind me of one type of probable scam, but I'll talk about it. It's not a scam, but it can be problematic, which is when the management of a company changes. That's a very big problem. We'll come to that later. Durga, yes, go ahead.
So, thank you so much, Samitra.
Thank
First
you.
question is, how much and what personal data should be, put on websites?
Which is relevant to your work.
So, email ID is the best, right?
Of course.
Mm,
Try and get all the communication on email first.
mm.
Once the project is getting confirmed, then you can switch to a video call. Then they say, हाँ अभी सब clear है. We'll talk on phone. We'll get on a video call. We'll get on the contracts. We'll sign those contracts. I understand you have an urgency. Let's say, let's put it that way. I understand you have an urgency to translate this thing, but let's get the documents first in place. And you can directly say, we live in an uncertain world, and I have been scammed in the past by a big name, big company. They're not going to ask you which company and what happened exactly because they don't have time, probably. But tell them that I want all the documentation in place. Without that, I'm not translating a single word. And if you don't want to work with me, okay, I'm fine with that. Okay. Next question.
What is the best
Yeah, I
payment
think you have
method for within India and overseas?
Sorry, come again. What is?
What is the best payment method for like within India and overseas?
What is the best thing for India
what
and
is the what is the best payment method for clients in India and clients paying overseas?
well, as I said, PayPal is a safe thing. Okay. If they can transfer directly to your account, brilliant, nothing like it. But of course, these two for international payments, for international payments, PayPal and bank account transfers, Swift transfers are the best transfers. And of course, they have some taxes on that. Also, if you are getting foreign remittance, you have to be registered with the GST authorities because that means you're exporting your services. Okay, and you're importing or you're earning foreign exchange for the country. Okay, in that case you have to tell or you have to inform the authorities that I'm doing this transaction and this is legal. Okay. Now, of course, the GST may not be applicable for you. I mean, if it is, wonderful, because it's really difficult to get a translator, a freelance translator to have GST registered. But yeah, definitely you can talk with your CA before you get into this thing. Okay. Because बाद में ऐसा ना हो कि you have billed them for $1,000 and then Bharat Sarkar is applying 30% taxes on that. Okay. So before you get into it, talk to your CA as well कि यार ये दुबई से मुझे पेमेंट आ रहा है तो क्या करना है. Is there anything specifically for my status, my financial status that I should be doing, or I can directly take it. There can be a way where you are actually getting the payment on someone else's account who has that import exporter code, those documents required for import export thing. So just be careful about it whenever you are going for international work. For Indian works,
Wise is also a very good payment method. It's worked very well for me.
yeah,
Wise,
Kalyani
TransferWise.
works with a lot of international
Yeah.
clients. So
So
you can.
PayPal and bank transfers have high fees, but Wise has a decent negligible amount of fee that is what they charge. So I think you can check if Wise is feasible with your clients.
And for domestic, always NEFT. Don't get into GPay. हाँ मैं GPay कर लूंगा नहीं. I want the money from that company's account to my account. I want to see Mercedes-Benz India has paid Saumitra Flat World Language Solutions. I don't want to see Durga Power paying Saumitra Mahajan. Okay. So always go for this. Of course, I mean there can be works which are like if the client is established. I mean your relationship with the client is established, then you can say कि हाँ ठीक है GPay कर दो. for let's say 5,000 रुपए तक अगर इनवॉइस वैल्यू अमाउंट है, तो यू कैन से कि 5,000 रुपए तक यू कैन पे मी बाय जीपे, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। पर अगर 5,000 के ऊपर 1 रुपया भी है तो यू सेंड इट बाय एनईएफटी। It's secure, it's safe, it's legit. So that's why I would go for uh, a bank transfer.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
Thank you.
Sumedha has a question, but
Yes, sir.
that's not really relevant to today's subject, and we are already short on time. So, Sumedha, I think our group is meant to help each other. So, I think you can put that on our freelance group, and then we or other translators can help you with that. She's asked which are the genuine
Yeah.
websites we can visit to for getting translation jobs. I think we can discuss that on the group later, please.
Mhm.
Do we have any other questions related to
Thank
today's
you. Thank you,
topic?
Apurva. Thank you, Kamodaki. I feel it was good that you found it interesting. Thank you.
I
This is one of the best ways to get connected with people overseas. Huh? You, I mean, this is one of the best ways to get your payments cleared overseas from overseas also. कि अगर पेमेंट नहीं क्लियर हो रहा है तो यू कॉन्टैक्ट द कॉन्फेडरेशन ऑफ ट्रांसलेशन कंपनीज इन दैट कंट्री एंड find out a way to get your payment. So yes, can we have a photo, please?
Yes,
Who's
we
taking it?
can.
Avni?
Yes, yes, I think so.
People
For
can
that,
just,
we need to, yeah, if everyone can on their videos.
yeah, can you please turn on your cameras? Galaxy Tab A, Dr. Bhagwati, Deepak, Mugdha, Kamodaki is there. Yes. Apurva left, I think. Yes, Avni, just let us know when
Done,
you're
done.
clicking.
Yes,
Done?
it's done. Yes,
Arey,
it's
I didn't
done.
smile here. Come on.
Okay, come on
Okay.
again.
Okay, great.
Yes,
Thank you very much,
done. Thank
everyone, for
you.
your time and attention. If
Thank
you have
you.
any
Thank you.
doubts, please connect with us, with me, with
Thank you
Avni,
very
or
much,
with
sir.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.